Hello and welcome to Black and Gold Today, brought to you by Ray Brandt Infinity. I'm Rachel Whittaker. Teams that start 0-2 statistically have a less than 12% chance of making the playoffs. So, here to discuss how the Saints can avoid that trap is Saints beat writer Katherine Terrell. Well, Katherine, the Browns dug themselves a 24-point hole at Pittsburgh, but they stormed back, kind of like the Falcons did, though the Steelers won at the last minute. So, what's the Saints' biggest concern about Cleveland?
Obviously, it's their defense that they need to right the ship after that loss last week, giving up more than 500 yards and just all those missed tackles. But looking at the Browns stats, they gave up a lot of passing yards too. I think 365. So, yeah, on the one hand, the defense needs to be able to exploit the Browns. But, I mean, the Saints offense really needs to take advantage of that too, of the Browns secondary. So I think that that's going to be a big thing for both teams this weekend.
Right, and the Browns' 8th overall pick, defensive back Justin Gilbert, struggled in his debut, so he could be a target that Drew Brees exploits, though Browns coach Mike Pettin said he'd scale back Gilbert's reps a little bit. So here's Drew now on facing the Browns.
I give every opponent a tremendous amount of respect because they deserve it. And you have to come and bring your hard hat every week to win in this league. No matter where you go, no matter who you play. It's not who you play, it's when you play them. They want to win just as bad as you do. And they've got a ton of talent. So forget their record from last year. Forget the fact that they're 0-1.
And both teams were in dogfights in week 1, Katherine, so you think both will be ready come Sunday?
I think it could go either way. I think that the Saints overall are a better team than the Browns, but I thought that against the Falcons, and you just never know. I also think that the Saints got a huge wake-up call this week, and they're going to be as ready as they can be. They may have come in a little bit overconfident against the Falcons, having beaten them so many times before, but I don't think they feel that way anymore. There's definitely an embarrassing wake-up call, so it'll be interesting to see how they rebound this weekend.
Exactly, I'm with you. So again, you can't take anything for granted in this league. Well, Katherine, thanks so much. Appreciate the time.
Thanks, Rachel.
Up next, fantasy football.
Affordable luxury is here at the Ray Brandt Infinity Pre-Owned Center. Over 100 of the world's finest luxury cars and trucks are on sale. Infiniti, Acura, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, Porsche, Land Rover, Jaguar, and more, all within reach. And special low luxury financing rates makes it easy to buy. Affordable luxury is here at Ray Brandt Infinity of Metairie Pre-Owned Center, 3700 North Causeway Boulevard, Metairie.
Welcome back. It's time for our fantasy football columnist now, Jim Derry. Well, Jim, let's jump right in. Who's your Saint that you're watching this weekend?
I want to take the time to bring up an old veteran, Marcus Colston, who had a rough ending to last week, but he's the kind of guy, a veteran is a guy, he's going to try to make up for his mistake, and I think Drew's going to look at him a lot this week. I'm saying 10 targets, maybe 8 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown for Marcus Colston.
Well, he got his very first career touchdown at Cleveland back in '06, so maybe he can repeat that on this Sunday. So, and your pickup of the week is one of the perhaps only bright spots for St. Louis?
Yeah, there really aren't a lot of bright spots in St. Louis, especially with their quarterback situation. But we're going to go with Brian Quick, who's available in about 90% of leagues right now. The third-year receiver, he's coming into his own. I think he had a really solid preseason. He caught 7 of his 9 targets last week for almost 100 yards. And he could become, with Tavon Austin, Kenny Britt not doing real well, he could become one of their big threats over there.
Right, and he averaged 14 yards a catch, I noticed, in last week's loss to Minnesota. Well, Jim, that should do it for today. Thanks.
Thanks, Rachel. See you next week.
Sounds great. And I'll be back Friday with Fox 8 at Saints Camp. See you then.